This year's legislative session in Idaho kicked off with Governor Little unveiling his Enduring Idaho plan to get the state out of a projected budget deficit totaling hundreds of millions of dollars by 2027. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy tells us which cuts the governor says needs to be on the table.
Idaho won't raise taxes to balance the state budget.
Strong words from Idaho Governor Little as he delivered his State of the State address at the Idaho State Capitol Monday night as he kicked off this year's legislative session. In it, he advocated for fewer taxes despite a projected state budget deficit of nearly $50 million in 2026, as well as more than $500 million by 2027. He says a rise in people moving to the Gem State is a major contribution to the state facing financial setbacks.
Rapid population growth, business expansion, and one-time federal funds to a period ahead that demands restraint.
Governor Little says that restraint includes a 3% budget cut across multiple state agencies annually through the Idaho Act, passed in August of 2025 to address budget shortfalls. He projects this will help save roughly $120 million. He also suggests removing $275 million in the Strategic Initiatives Fund for Idaho's Transportation Department and to lower Medicaid provider reimbursement rate cuts by 4%. This, Governor Little proposes, will help save $45 million. He says the sooner tough budgetary decisions are made, the better.
Responsible leadership means acting early, not waiting for challenges to grow.
Despite the cuts to ITD and state agencies, Governor Little says education funding for public schools won't be touched. In fact, he echoed expansions to school resources across the state, saying those won't change in 2026.
We made historic investments in school facilities that also served as property tax relief, and we added more discretionary funding so schools can stay flexible and responsible to local needs.
He says it'll take time for the state to get out of this year's projected deficit, but adds these cuts are reflective of federal cuts made through President Donald Trump's legislation and believes this model will be the best way for the state to financially operate.
Our Enduring Idaho plan makes way for Idaho to conform to the Trump tax cuts achieved through the One Big Beautiful Bill.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.